Warning: graphic pest control video ahead. Do not watch if you might be offended. If, however, you really like watching pest control videos, then hello again and welcome to the Squirrel Hunter channel. Please continue and watch us as we control pest populations with silenced air rifles here in the UK. If you have any questions, can you please check the description below first to see if it's already been answered and for some useful links. Thank you. Let's talk feeders. Firstly, to clear up some confusion for a few people, they are not bird feeders. They're put out to attract squirrels to them so they can be shot and removed from the area because they are considered a destructive pest here in the UK. Read the links in the description to find out why. The feeders weren't put up because we had nothing better to do. There was a pest problem there before the feeders were put up, just like when you discover you have mice and you put a trap down. We didn't invent the idea of shooting over a food source. It's been done for years over pheasant feeders and other livestock feed. It isn't sporting, but it is an efficient, effective and highly selective pest control technique. Only the pests are removed with no risk to any non-pest species. All they are is a box with food in it, nothing more, nothing less. Dimensions and plans aren't really necessary. They will work whatever they look like, as the feeders in our earlier vids will testify. They were a bit rough and ready, without too many design features back then. Since then, we'd like to think we've taken their design to the next level, with armour-in side shelves to position the squirrel for a better shot, and lids so most animals can't access the food, so you know when the squirrels have been there. Our biggest feeders were made so that we could top them up at less frequent intervals, because of distance and or location problems. Our newer feeders are generally smaller and easier to move around to help target the squirrels in different areas. When putting one in a wood, we tend to position them on the lee side of it, and or when the sun shines first in the morning. The animals and birds like to be warm and out of the wind as well as we do. If there are city trees in range, and possibly rabbit warrens, then all the better. It pays to get the best position to maximise your time spent out after other pests as well, which will only please the landowner. We make ours out of anything we can get, as you might notice looking at some of the older ones. We would expect anyone wanting to build one to have tools and some knowledge, so we don't do carpentry vids, but you can buy them online if you Google buy squirrel feeders. eBay seems to be a good place as well. Just have a look if you want to buy one.
Right then, here's the latest feeder I've built, designed to be portable, filled with peanuts or wheat, so I can put it in different parts of woodland in search of squirrels. See there's a side ledge there, in order to get the squirrels to sit face onto me. There's a stainless steel hopper at the front. We like to make them out of metal, if anything we can get hold of. Stop the squirrels chewing it. Nice big hopper there. Could have a lid on it at some point, possibly. Some bits of angle I've managed to get my hands on. Aluminium, I do believe that is. Leftover guarding I got given to me by a friend. That hinge on the top, left over from our old conservatory I took down. I burnt the framework, salvaged all the hinges, kept them in my man cave because I knew one day I'd be building feeders. Other features, I don't know if you can see that, it's quite a severely sloping bottom, about 45 degrees. Might be difficult to see, but it is, trust me. Couple of screws there, put a bit of wire in there just to hold the lid shut. Not that's normally much of a problem. The side shelf, as you can see, just screwed on. The reason for that is I can then vary how much they get to sit on. I'll provide dimensions, doesn't really matter what they are. All this wood was reclaimed before it was thrown away. There's a plank of wood at the back, much thicker, just a piece of board, as you can see there. It was nailed together, all the insides, all them seams, all down in here. Construction glue in there, seals it up, also makes it a lot stronger.
I was intended to put some dimensions on these pictures, but it gives the wrong impression really. It's not that important. As long as you can pick them up and move them, that's all you need to do. And this one It's a very big feeder, as described earlier. It's because of the location and the frequency of our visits. It's full of wheat, and I also put peanut butter on the edges, on the lid and on the plank there. Only several days previous, and on this visit to check, it was fairly evident that the squirrels had been on it. At least that's what I thought they were at the time. And I checked the other one on the bottom, then the other end of the field that Bro normally shoots, absolutely empty. So something's been on the feeders, and hopefully it's squirrels. And if the squirrels are on the feeder, then so should we be. So I give Bro a call, and we arrange a date to go out shooting. There are no prizes for creating fat squirrels. So here's Bro's S410 in 22 caliber, and it's launching his ever favourite Webley Power Pal. And with no further ado, I'll give you over to Bro. We're both set up. I'm at the top of the field on the hedgerow again. He's down on the bottom feeder. He's already got a pheasant moving on him. There's quite a lot of pheasants around here. I do believe this was out of season. We haven't got permission to shoot them anyway, and we don't want to. So no, we didn't shoot it, and that's why, if you did want to ask. Just content to film these. They do make a nice splash of colour. We don't normally mind them having a free feed. But looking at the size of that feeder and the size of that pheasant, it could be an issue. We might have to move that up the pole a bit further. There's Bro getting a text off me with his squirrel alarm call. And as he continues to film the pheasant on the feeder, he spotted something at the bottom. See the ears just sticking up there? It's a rabbit. And they are on the menu. And if you can get a bead on it, he will shoot it. But unfortunately on this day, it's difficult tracking it. And it seems to have got away. Never knew he was there. This is more like it. The Squirrel 1 comes in for Bro. It's gone straight up onto the ledge and straight back down again. And no prizes for guessing why it jumped off. We've got 2 squirrels on the feeder, just like buses. Wait for ages and then 2 turn up. Bit of dominance being asserted. We don't care. As long as one of them sits still. You see the one in the background there, on one of the trees, waiting his turn. Good shot there, Bro. I do believe that other one at the back's legged it. There's a few nervous kicks. And back to watching birds. Looks like a field fair, I think. Quite a lot of these around this area. What a pretty bird. Having a good grub around. And here's some of the farm machinery in the background. That's the only downside of this type of farm. They're out and about. They know where we are. We're over towards the edges of the farm, so out the way. We're shooting in a safe direction. If they get too close, it tends to put the squirrels off. You have to wait. You can hear the birds sung there. Usually about mid-morning. They all seem to come to life. A lot of bird activity here. There's also a lot of free eggs, so the squirrels can nest in time. Hopefully a few of them will be spared if we can just remove a few more of these squirrels. And there we have another one. Just coming from the right again. Have a look at the one on the floor. And he kicked the cat of the foot. Essentially dead before it hit the ground with a pellet through the brain. There's a link in the description to one of Ted's videos describing why that is the case. If you're interested, it wasn't alive when it got to there. And this one sat very still. It's more like it. Up onto the feeder. You can see the way they jump up. No issues putting the feeder higher. That'd be a good shot if it sits like it. Or even better, sits up feeding. Just like that. No messing about there. Bro takes squirrel number 2 to the ground. Nice shooting there, bro. See the sunshine starting to come up. You can hear the squirrel around the corner somewhere. It's not bro's ringtone over the noise of the farm machinery. It's an unhappy squirrel by the sound of it. Hear that squawking. Not sure if he's shouting at the farm machinery or the dead ones on the ground. Directly over bro's shoulder. And the squirrel's up in the hedgerow to the right. It's an unhappy squirrel. Let's hope he wants to come for breakfast at some point. My bro's getting quite annoyed by the noise. That's more like it. You can hear the squirrel going for it. This may or may not be the one. Your guess is as good as mine. He's definitely having a look at the ones on the floor. It's pretty much what we see just about everywhere we go. A few tail flicks. Looks to be on alert. And bro's got all the cameras going now. Just waiting for opportunity to knock. That would do. The angle of the head there, straight at the eye. Be through the brain before it knew it. Be dead before it hit the ground. It's more like it. That's exactly what he did do. Pellet's gone in for the eye probably. Next to the back of the head I would have guessed. The front end's all floppy. The blood's dripping at the nose quite a bit. The benefit of seeing this on the big screen. Bro fancies giving it another shot by the look of it. Just to be on the safe side. That was under the chin, up through the brain. I was pretty sure the first shot got it, but it looks like he was a bit uncertain. It pays to take that out with just the cost of a pellet. Anyway, over to me. Here's my firearms rated Theban Rapid in .20 caliber. Ignore the misprint of 5.5mm, it is actually 5.0. And I'm in the hide, in the bush, the top of the bank, looking at the feeder. One of the bigger feeders we got. It's right at the top of a hill. I might put a bit of peanut butter on the plank, as you've seen in previous videos, endeavouring to get a straight on headshot. I'm having a fidget about now. I've just set up a rock in that circle there to take a test shot at, and it just fell off the back of the board. How annoying. I haven't noticed yet. I want to take a test shot, and that was going to be my target. I've since developed a spinner since then, as you've seen in other videos. I'm busily scanning for it and not seeing it. And I think that sigh is just realisation that it's fallen off. How annoying. I'll have to do something different for a test shot. That backboard's quite a good target. Nice and safe. I should be able to see where the pellet goes if I need to adjust it. From memory, I do believe I'm aiming at the main block in the middle, just to see if the pellet goes in the same hole. Off comes the safety, and it's a mile out. And this is why we take test shots. Normally it's on, we'll have to adjust. So off goes the camera, and back on again when I think it's somewhere near. I'm taking aim at the last shot I did on the right. Hopefully I'll hit it first go. I've had a couple of other test shots in the middle bit. That's good enough for me. It's all's good, I'm on target. I'm just got to sit and wait. And straight away I got a pheasant coming in as well. Having a free feed. This is a very big feeder. I've stated in other videos as well. But sometimes it's nice to have the activity, gets the attention of the squirrels, makes them think it's all safe. Plus it gives you something to look at. They don't cause the owner any bother either. So they just tend to rove around the place. quite safe over here from being shot. Mr. Robin comes down. You can see movement in the tree back to the left there. Another bird comes in. Looks like all the animals have woken up. And hopefully we'll get a squirrel sometime soon. Always amazes me the different species of these things. All pretty unique. All very pretty. They all seem to be a little bit more boisterous than the females. Tend to skulk around in the hedgerows quite a lot. Only seem to come out when their boyfriend tells them to. That's the weather impression I get anyway. He's having a good old feed. And now he's disappeared off. Something's upset him. Wonder what caught his eye then. It wasn't me. I wasn't moving. Maybe another pheasant somewhere nearby. He's definitely gone now. Unless he's just full. He stalks off to have a mooch elsewhere. Mr. Robin's the first on the peanut butter. Does make you wonder just how many other animals apart from the squirrels ate my peanut butter. And licked the top of the feeder clean there. There we go. Squirrel number 1. I've got the camera on him. Where this squirrel sat, it's got no safe backstop behind its head. I know the pellet's going to go through it pretty much. I need to get it over to the left a bit so I've got the tree behind, or the feeder, just to make sure the pellet doesn't continue on and do anything other damage elsewhere. This is more like it. It's coming to the plank. It's going for some peanut butter. If it sits still there, it's going to be in trouble. I've got the rifle up. I'm resting on my shooting sticks. I'm taking aim. I shoot it straight through the head. No problems there. It drops to the ground, all limp, where it proceeds to have a thrash about. It's all back legs kicking. No control from the front end. Looks for a second like it's off down the hill, but just make it out there. I wouldn't be able to take a second shot at it there. I'd have to go out to see it. If I can see it where I'm sat, I can tell it's dead. There's no issues with that shot. More than happy with that. Here's a view from the sniper cam. So you've got the tree directly behind it. Line up on it. And shoot it through the head. So the pellet went straight into the brain. Back to watching birds. Mr. Robin was a welcome visitor to our feeders. And what's happening here? Mr. Pheasant's coming back. Very cautious on approach, these things. Walk a few paces, have a good look. Always waiting to have a fight or run. The weather's warmed up a bit now, despite the overcast day. We usually get that first light. Sometimes you get squirrels on there that we do believe to be local ones. You can barely see the crosshairs. It's another good use for the sniper cam. Mr. Pheasant's finally got here. It's taken him long enough. Ultra cautious today. There's people working down in the hazelnut orchard. The chainsaw's going. Quite annoying. They're going to do what they're going to do. Maybe that's why he's been pushed up here. Looks like he's come back again now. I've turned the camera on for some reason. The reason I've turned it on is I spotted a squirrel approaching through the tops of the trees. There he comes. I've seen this one's approach. Don't very often get to see him for too long. This will be squirrel number 2 for me. He bothers to sit still. Now he's in the danger zone. Anywhere there, and the shot will be safe. I'm fidgeting for my rifle now. It's forgone the peanut butter, gone for wheat, straight to feeding. Brilliant. Let's just hope those chainsaws don't put him off, or her. That's what you want. Head down, presenting a good shot at the brain. Just waiting for the opportunity, just like that. That wasn't a very good shot by the look of it. I haven't bothered to pan the camera because I'm too busy chasing him with a scope cam. Looking at him on the floor now. That's better. Makes you wonder where that went. You can tell when he kick in the air like that. Not exactly a perfect shot. You can see where he is. The shot I took the second one. Straight into the ground behind his head. There you go, I'm panning the camera now because he's kicked to the right. That's more like it. Let's have a look at the shot, shall we? Line it up on him. There we go. And what happened there? It's unfortunate. I'm tracking it there. I'm looking at the top of the scope. I can see it's moving its head. That's no good. Second shot right into the top of the head. You can see by the head movement it wasn't a good shot. It was annoying and also worrying. See what went wrong, but because we film it, we can see, and that's the point. Just before I pull the trigger, I've wandered off centre. You can see the pellets about to hit it there as it's rising. I've caught it in the head, but not central. So not a very good killing shot. It does happen. We don't like it to happen. Just had a rabbit running from the right here now. Ran the back of the feeder and disappeared from view. I just text Mr. Farley to tell him that I'd seen a rabbit. I need to drop the phone because I spotted him down to the left. I haven't bothered to put the normal camera on. I can see him. The 26-yard shot. No mess in there. That'll be a rabbit in the pot. Believe it or not, Bro heard that right the other side of the field. He sat there waiting for the text to tell him I had a rabbit. Just about making out. There's a buzzard there at the back of the tree. I did expect him to come down and have the rabbit. This is a UK buzzard. Look it up. I don't mind if it means something else somewhere else. I'm in the UK, so I'll call it a buzzard because it is a buzzard here. They were on decline quite a few years back, and then there's plenty of them around. Pretty birds. I did expect to see him come down and have that rabbit, but he never did in the end. Let's have a good old look around. Trying to zoom in on him now. It's a rubbish photo, I know, but I'll get better pictures in future. I've had a few run-ins with buzzards, and so has Bro. So you'll see some more of these in future videos. Some quite good close-ups, actually. Never mind. He wasn't feeling like he wanted to be on film today. The sun's come up and so's the wind. It's probably one of the worst places to put a feeder with the prevailing wind coming straight across the valley floor and drives up the hill. Despite the fact that it's in the sun. There we go. Squirrel on the feeder. Just about take a shot if I wanted to there. I'm sat to the right of the camera. I've got this tree behind his head. If he sits there like that, nice and still, I'll be taking him on. But no, he's come down to feed. That's more like it. Didn't waste any time there. Had a good old look at my hide. Decided it was okay. I'm lining up on him now, ready to take the shot. No issues there. Nice and steady this time. You think it'd be easy shooting at 15 yards, and it is easier than shooting at 25 yards, but you can get caught out with head movements and doing it relentlessly over and over again, maintaining accuracy. Takes quite a bit of discipline. Here's a shot again from the sniper cam. There he is, right in the top of the head. And the desired result. There's Mr. Buzzard flying overhead. And it's quite cold now with that wind. You can hear it buffeting me. So I'll go out and check him over. See all my kills. I'll go look at Squirrel 1 first. When it kicked itself down the hill. Nothing wrong with that shot. Straight through the brain, despite the activity you saw afterwards. And that wind is pretty bad. Here comes Squirrel number 2. I do believe this is the one I had to give a second shot to. That's the second shot, right in the top of the head. Trying to pick his ear out. No issues with that one. And Squirrel number 3. Right in the top of the head. Didn't move from where he dropped. Pellets probably tracked right down into the body on that one. I'm going to have to check my rabbit now. Bit of a wander. There he is. He sat for too long, that one did. Never knew what hit him. I do believe that's the exit wound. Right between the eye and the ear, into the brain. These don't never seem to kick as much as a squirrel. There's the feeder. I did notice something. It's a very obvious trail there. Pretty sure we got rats coming over. I'm pretty sure they're the ones who licked the peanut butter clean. If you look at this bit of bare patch of ground here, you can even see the little rat paw prints. They're definitely rats. I'll have to pay this a visit. So there's my 3 and a rabbit. Let's go and see bro. There he is, is his chair. Let's have a look what he's got. There's all of his 3. No issues with them. 3 good squirrels. And all 3 of these squirrels are going to a different scout group who wanted me to supply them with the skin on and the guts in. They want to do the skinning, gutting and the cooking. So there we are, 2 rifles, 6 squirrels and a rabbit. And that rabbit's going to be eaten by myself and my family. When I was about to skin it and gut it, I noticed a bit of grass stuck in its mouth, so I never knew what hit it. And there it is, it's some briny water prior to freezing, wrapped up in cling film to stop freezer burn. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.